I was lucky because I was given the genetics for bodybuilding, and people say that my structure was always, you know, a pretty good start for bodybuilding. You know, I had the pretty wide shoulders, and you know, luckily my muscles have achieved a certain amount of maturity for such a young age, where I was really good at 23 when I turned professional. And what I like to advise a lot of people up and coming in the sport and trying to attain professional status and you know, higher amateur rankings, I just tell people, you know, to start off basically slow, don't overdo it. You know, I overtrained in the beginning. I tried to push myself too hard. And, you know, bodybuilding is only for so many. That's why there's only so many elite bodybuilders. I think it's more of a mental game than a physical game. So I always tell people, you know, you got to be prepared for a lot of ups and downs. It's like any business where, you know, you can win one show. I mean, let's put it this way. I went from, you know, last year, the 99 season, I placed 3rd and 4th at the Arnold Classic, which is very respectable positions. And I finished 15th, which was second to last to Mr. Olympia. And I think I looked better at the Mr. Olympia than I did in the earlier shows. And a lot of the guys that I beat early in the year beat me at the Olympia, and I was baffled. But, you know, I understand that that's just the way it is, and I mentally can handle that, and I didn't get mad, I didn't get upset.
All the way up.
I just said to my wife, okay, I just come back in 2000, and I proved to myself. I said I had something to prove to myself. And that's always been why I've achieved so much, because I always have something to prove to myself, where I always set realistic goals. And that's why I tell people, you must set realistic goals. And certain goals are just unattainable for certain people. So a realistic goal for me was, like I said, to buy a house, my cars, and put money in the bank. And I thought I'd get that by the end of bodybuilding, and here I am, just basically my first 2 years on the circuit really doing well, and I've already achieved those goals. I have many years left if I really want. And sometimes, you know, then basically I can look back and say, maybe I didn't set my goals high enough. But you know what? Most guys say, okay, I'm going to be Mr. Olympia. I still don't have that goal in my mind, because I don't think that I'll ever be Mr. Olympia for some reason. I don't know why, but people ask me that, and people say, well, you're going to be Mr. Olympia someday, and it's not my goal, because I have other goals that are realistic, and that's, of course, for my family, and just to be successful in bodybuilding. I just want to be happy, and sometimes winning the shows may not make you happy. I mean, I went to the Night of Champions thinking, no way can I win this contest. I mean, I remember I said it 100 times, and I went in there basically one call out and won the show. And I actually said to my wife, I said, I don't want to win the show. And then when I won, I said, wow, it was great, I'm happy I won. So, you know, you set realistic goals, and a lot of times you can achieve them. So in the beginning, I basically started with the goal. I didn't go to the Teen Nationals thinking that I could win. I went there basically because I felt that I got in the best shape that I've ever been, and I was happy with the way I looked, and I won. I went to Nationals. I didn't expect to win, of course. When I got my pro card, you can ask her. I mean, Tom Prince was basically supposed to win that show, and I ended up winning the show and getting my pro card, and it was great when I did. But I achieved a certain look that I had shot for. I wanted to be better than the Tournament of Champions the year before, which I was. I was up from 241 to 248. So you set those realistic goals. I mean, everyone wants to put on 20 pounds a year, but will that 20 pounds look a certain way? You can't go by weights. You can't go by weights in the gym. You can't say, well, I'm going to get up to 250 pounds. You don't know what 250 pounds is going to look on you. So you start off, you say, okay, you evaluate your physique. You say, okay, what's available to me as far as gyms, food? I mean, food's 90% of it anyway. You must learn. I tell people all the time, the most important thing a beginner can do is read. That's what's helped me so much, is I buried myself in libraries, read through all my wife's nursing books, all different sorts of nutrition books, whether not even be involved in bodybuilding, bicycling, runners, just learning about foods, you know, reading calorie books, different kinds of foods, what foods work for you the best. I found out that I can't eat pasta, I like to eat a lot of red meat off season rather than chicken and turkey because for some reason the red meat makes me a little fuller. So I've learned different things for your body, but you only learn by trial and error, so you must not be afraid to try certain things. Just because it works for someone else, it doesn't mean it will work for you. So basically just, write everything down, follow that for basically, 2-3 weeks, write down your training and your diet, and you make adjustments from there. You evaluate yourself after those 2-3 weeks, have I improved or have I gotten worse? Have I gained body fat or lost body fat? Have I lost muscle or gained muscle? And whatever your goal may be, everyone has certain goals, whether it be put on muscle, get leaner, improve a body part, bring out detail in a certain area. I mean, there's many different ways to look at it, so you have to set your goals specifically for yourself. And basically that's why I tell people, just map everything out, write it down, and learn different, try different things as far as foods, try different training routines, whether it be high reps, low reps, drop sets, sets to failure, force repetitions. You got to try it all. I've been through every single workout since day one, and basically I learned around 21, when I was 21 years old, that this kind of training style works for me, and I haven't changed it since. Of course, I changed the schedules around, which I think is important too. Try training, a certain number of days in a row, and then, change that routine throughout the year. But I found that now I don't need as much rest as I did when I was growing a lot more, because I don't put on a lot of body weight off season. I may only go up about 25 pounds over my contest weight, most of it being fluid retention. So I don't tend to store a lot of body fat, which I'm fortunate. I don't store body fat easily, so I can make adjustments to my diet by increasing the food rather than backing off things at this point, because my metabolism has gotten so fast. But that's helped, without competing so much and doing all the cardio. And some people just can't do cardio, some people can. So like I said, just basically follow what works best for you, and don't be afraid to try anything, and always listen to suggestions from people, even non-bodybuilders. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge out there. People read a lot. People have tried different things or heard different things. Sit down and listen to people, because I think that's important.